Hi, Taehyung Lovers. Welcome back to the Taehyung Lovers channel around the world. But this time, don't you dare skip the first 3 seconds. Because what is happening in Texas in April 2026 is no longer just an ordinary K-pop concert. This is the moment when one name completely changes an entire city. Hotels fully booked, roads paralyzed, the economy moving, and the world beginning to wonder. Is BTS still just a music group, or have they transformed into the greatest cultural force of the modern generation? And the most shocking part is that all the spotlight is once again turning toward Kim Taehyung. From Tampa to El Paso, Kim Taehyung's journey with BTS has triggered an explosion of global attention that many people never predicted. Official posters have started spreading throughout the city, local institutions are getting involved, stadiums are turning into purple oceans, and social media is filled with heated debates about just how massive BTS's influence really is today. In this video, we will discuss the shocking facts behind BTS's journey to El Paso, Texas, how their concert is being called one of the biggest events in the city's history, the reason why the local government stepped in, the economic impact that shocked the public, and the emotional moments of Kim Taehyung that once again became the center of the world's attention. And believe it or not, there's one detail on the BTS RESOLUTION poster that gave many ARMY chills after seeing it. So watch this video until the end, because the deeper the fact are revealed, the harder it becomes to believe that this is only about ordinary music. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell right now. Write your opinion in the comments section. In your opinion, is BTS still just a music group, or have they become a global phenomenon that can no longer be stopped? And don't forget to help this video go viral, so the world continues to see the kindness and extraordinary influence of Kim Taehyung in the eyes of millions of people. Because what is happening in Texas in April 2026 is making many people realize that BTS is no longer just an ordinary music group. This is not only about concerts, stadium lights, or oceans of ARMY wearing purple. This is the moment when one name is capable of changing the rhythm of an entire city, moving the local economy, crowding flight routes, filling hotels faster than holiday season, and triggering global debates about how huge BTS's influence really is today. And in the middle of all that spotlight, the name being talked about the most once again points to Kim Taehyung. April 2026 became one of the most emotional and phenomenal periods in BTS's ARIRANG 2026 to 2027 world tour journey. After successfully shaking Tampa, Florida through massive concerts on April 25th, 26th, and 28th, many fans initially thought the members would immediately return to South Korea to rest briefly before the next schedule began. But reality turned out differently. Based on the official world tour schedule widely circulating in international media and fan communities, BTS instead directly continued their journey to El Paso, Texas. That decision instantly triggered an explosion of excitement on social media. Within hours, the name El Paso suddenly entered global K-pop fandom conversations. For some people, the move from Tampa to El Paso might look simple. But behind that move exists a giant entertainment industry machine constantly moving without stopping. The flight from Tampa International Airport to El Paso is estimated to take around 4 to nearly 10 hours, depending on the route and transit used. But far greater than the travel numbers themselves is the social and economic impact moving together with them. When BTS moves, thousands of people move with them. When BTS comes to a city, that city is no longer in a normal condition. And El Paso began feeling that effect even before the concert started. The city, located in western Texas near the Mexican border, suddenly transformed into the center of international attention. Sun Bowl Stadium, the venue chosen for BTS's concerts on May 2nd and 3rd, 2026, immediately became the most talked about location on the internet. The stadium, located at the foot of the Franklin Mountains, is already known for its dramatic scenery, but access to the stadium area is not as easy as other major concert venues in the United States. That is exactly why the logistical challenge became far more complex. Limited entry roads, parking areas that had to be strictly managed, and the potential density of massive crowds forced the city and university authorities to move quickly. According to University of Texas at El Paso, the BTS concert is predicted to become one of the biggest events in the city's history. That statement instantly attracted the attention of both local and national media. Many El Paso residents admitted they had never seen excitement this massive for a single entertainment event. Hotels began filling with reservations from fans outside the state and even outside the country. Accommodation prices around downtown increased drastically. Restaurants and shopping centers started preparing additional operations because a huge surge of visitors was expected during the concert weekend. But what made the situation even more extraordinary was the fact that the BTS concert was not standing alone. On the same weekend, El Paso also became the host of the Seoul Summit Music and Culture Festival, as well as El Paso Comic-Con. 3 major events happening almost simultaneously. 3 waves of crowds meeting at one moment. This situation immediately created major concerns regarding traffic, public transportation, and the city's capacity to handle an enormous surge of people. Central and downtown areas were predicted to experience mobility pressure never seen before. Many local observers began calling that weekend one of the busiest moments in modern El Paso history. On social media, public reactions started heating up. Some people were amazed seeing how BTS could revive a city's economy within only days. But others questioned how a music group could possess influence that massive. Debates started appearing across internet platforms. Some people called BTS the greatest global cultural phenomenon of this generation. Others felt the modern entertainment industry had reached a point where fandom power was almost equal to international sports events. But the facts on the ground were difficult to deny. Jorge Vasquez from the UTEP Special Events Office explained that the city had arranged operational strategies weeks before the concert took place. According to him, BTS concert production carries a completely different level of complexity compared to ordinary performances, not only because of the stage size or technical systems, but also because of the mobility of fans arriving from various countries. BTS ARMY is known for being highly organized. Many fans prepared detailed itineraries long beforehand, booked hotels months in advance, arranged interstate travel, and even planned community activities during their time in Texas. This is the point where BTS concerts feel different from other artist concerts. What moves is not only the audience, but also culture itself. When thousands of people wear purple in one city, when fandom slogans begin appearing on the streets, when restaurants install BTS-themed decorations to welcome visitors, then what is happening is no longer simply a music performance. This is a modern social phenomenon that happens very rarely. And in the middle of that massive wave, Kim Taehyung once again became the main magnet of the world's attention. Since the ARIRANG tour was first announced, Kim Taehyung has indeed become one of the most dominant names in global fan conversations. Every airport appearance instantly goes viral. Every outfit he wears gets discussed by international fashion media. Every facial expression on stage always generates millions of interactions on social media. But the journey toward El Paso carried a different emotional atmosphere. Many fans started feeling that this tour was not merely BTS's grand comeback after their individual activity phase, but rather the symbol of a much more mature, emotional, and monumental new era. The massive poster spreading throughout El Paso strengthened that atmosphere even further. One of the most viral posters displayed the giant words BTS RESOLUTION, dominated by BTS ARMY's iconic purple color. Right underneath it were the words Commissioner's Court invites, which immediately drew public attention because it showed the involvement of local institutions in welcoming the BTS concert. For many fans, this felt like official recognition that BTS's arrival was not merely an ordinary entertainment event, but a citywide occasion. The poster visuals were designed in an extremely dramatic way. The silhouettes of the 7 BTS members stood beneath stadium lights, creating a grand yet emotional impression. The official BTS logo was placed in the center, alongside a group photo showing their artistic and global side. Meanwhile, the words "Come, join, US" felt like a direct invitation for the public to become part of the massive moment. But the most emotional part was actually written at the bottom of the poster, where purple show love and represent. That simple sentence transformed into something far bigger for BTS ARMY. Purple is no longer just a fandom identity. It has become a global emotional language connecting millions of people from different countries, cultures, and languages. And when thousands of people were the same color in one city, the atmosphere created feels like a collective celebration that is difficult to explain with ordinary logic. In the end, BTS's journey from Tampa to El Paso was no longer just a geographical movement. It became a symbol of how one music group could move economies, change the rhythm of cities, create cultural waves, and unite millions of people in one shared emotional experience. And in the middle of all of that, Kim Taehyung steps together with his 6 members, continue from one stage to another, carrying an influence far greater than music alone. Now, the question flooding the internet is sounding louder and harder to ignore. Is BTS still only a music group, or have they transformed into the most influential global cultural force of the modern generation? And now that question is still hanging in the air tonight. Can everything happening in Texas in April 2026 still be called just an ordinary concert? Or is the world actually witnessing Kim Taehyung and BTS slowly transforming into a global cultural force whose influence can no longer be stopped? Because the fact is, when one group can change the rhythm of a city, move economies, fill stadiums, make local institutions move, and unite millions of people through nothing more than the color purple, then this is no longer only about music. Thank you for watching until the very end. Taehyung Lovers around the world. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell if you enjoy content like this. But if you don't like it, feel free to skip it, because the Taehyung Lovers channel never forces anyone. Here, we simply try to look at the facts, follow Kim Taehyung's journey, and show the world how his influence and kindness continue becoming a global discussion. Now it's your turn to speak. In your opinion, is BTS still only a music group, or have they already become the greatest phenomenon of the modern generation? Write your thoughts in the comments section, because your voice might be read by ARMY from different countries. Keep following the latest news updates only on Taehyung Lovers. Because believe it or not, after El Paso, many fans are beginning to believe that this is only the beginning of something far bigger. Keep monitoring the latest developments about Kim Taehyung only on the Taehyung Lovers channel. Thank you. Stay safe, stay purple, and see you in the next hot news update.